whistles.
25 whistles.
What's happening, everybody? This show brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. You like that?
Yeah, I'm up. Wake up.
You're awake?
It's Thanksgiving, so we're obviously here on Thanksgiving.
Oh, man. I mean,
We
this is what we
definitely
do.
did not record this a day before.
No. I got a turkey in the oven, so I got to
You
make
need
sure
to
I'm
hurry?
out of here at a certain
okay,
time.
I like that. We're here. We got a lot to talk about. Let's warm up first. The warm-up question is, what is your perfect sleeping temperature? Eddie.
It's going to be in the 70s. I would say 72.
Wow, mine's 67.
I'm a South Texas boy, man.
I am someone who didn't get a lot of air conditioner going up, so now I eat it up. No. I make it cool. I like it to be. I like when I get out of bed in the morning to be freezing. When I'm under the cover, it's warm.
But sometimes when you're under the cover and it's too cold, you can feel it, and it's not comfortable.
Then your cover ain't strong enough.
Oh.
Exactly.
What
I
kind
like
of cover you got? You got a duvet cover?
You know, I'm gonna tell you about my cover. It is what you call. Boy, a duvet though, isn't that the thing that you put the cover inside of?
Yeah, you put a cover
I've
in
only
the cover.
recently done that because my wife actually wants the house to look decent.
Yes, girls love duvet covers.
Yes.
Like I like a solid quilt.
Oh,
And
really?
sometimes I would, when I had my old dog, he would sleep in the bed with me. I would take the cover off the bottom and just get under it and sleep on straight raw dog bed.
That's definitely childhood stuff, huh?
That's definitely like I don't want to wash anything, and I was used to it. I slept on the floor or the couch my whole life, so it wasn't hard for me. But yeah, I like a good comforter, solid comforter, heavy comforter that brings a lot of comfort. You know what I mean? That's why I like it. 67. Kickoff Kevin.
Call me immature, but I also just like the coldness as it is. But 69 degrees.
Nice.
Okay.
Got to go with the 69. What? I'm
Can't be
just being honest.
68. Like
I'm
Kids.
just
I
being
know.
honest.
Kids. Adam.
I'll go a degree below that, 68. I'm with you. I like to bundle up under some covers. Make it warm. Make my nose a little frosty, but the rest of me's nice and warm, man.
Yeah, I like it cold on the outside, hot on the inside, like a flambe. Is that what that is?
Creme brulee.
I don't know. Whatever they do when they cook it, or it's ice cream on the outside, and then it's hot on the outside, but ice cream on the inside.
Yeah.
fried ice cream.
Yeah, I like those.
You ever had
They have
that?
a fancy name for it too.
Hey, how the hell do they do fried ice
Bro,
cream?
you're talking to the wrong person if you don't know about science. Science
I don't
and
get
food.
it.
I don't know. It is time for the tittle tattle.
It's time for the stupidest name ever. It's the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
What do you think Caleb Williams has to do to leapfrog C.J. Stroud to be the Heisman favorite?
Ohio State needs to lose, and USC needs to win. It's going to be tough for him to just outperform him because if Ohio State beats Michigan, that's going to be bigger than any game USC has played. So if he puts up decent, they just need to keep winning, and they need C.J. Stroud to lose.
Because he put up 470 yards.
In what conference?
Oh.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. I hear you. But it's like Madden All-Pro mode versus Madden All Madden. Yeah, I think it's what voters see. And it's also Madden that you don't watch because it's played way too late. There is definitely a West Coast bias, and it's not even bias. It's just that we don't get to see it all unless you go back and put extra effort to get to it.
Absolutely.
And some people just won't, and it is unfair to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to act like it ain't real and doesn't affect me as well. So, yes, they need Ohio State to lose. Stroud does not have a great game, and to keep winning. He could still win it. He for sure could win it. But it's going to take Stroud taking a half step back and him just staying the same. But that's what it's going to be.
Does a player's team have to be winning for them to win the Heisman, or can they have not a great season, but maybe not even make the playoffs, but can they still win the Heisman?
Yes. I think you have to be a winning team. It's like the MVP. It's hard to win the MVP on a team that's below 500. I think Ernie Banks and speaking of 69, you may fact check this, but Ernie Banks in 69 won the MVP for a last place team. I think Andre Dawson did it as well in maybe 89 in baseball, but it's hard to win the MVP if your team sucks.
Yeah.
You got to be so good. And it's hard to be good when you don't have players around you as well because they make it easier for you. Maybe you have look at New York. Why do you think Judge hit all the home runs? He had hitters around him
Yeah.
that they didn't want to pitch to as well. So, but yeah, yes, you need to win.
Lamar Jackson also won the Heisman. They weren't in the playoff conversation. I think they won 9 or 10 games.
Yeah, so it was a good team.
Yeah.
But you ain't going to find a 2-10 team.
No, Ray.
popping out a Heisman.
I wouldn't say a team that bad, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right, next question, Kevin.
In honor of Thanksgiving week, which non-Arkansas game, college football rivalry, is your favorite?
I'm just going to go with what I'm looking forward to most this weekend, because rivalries, the Texas OU rivalry is interesting to me, but that ain't this weekend.
I love that one.
And you do have Oregon State, but I think it's going to be Ohio State, Michigan, just because that, first of all, they hate each other, and it's number 2 and 3 in the country playing for a spot in the playoffs. That's it. So it's got to be that this week. As far as rivalry, like South Carolina, Clemson's really interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that game as well. I'd love to see South Carolina just hit them with the old haymaker.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But they may have just punched themselves out at Tennessee. It's tough. It's tough. I told you guys, when you have to answer questions for a whole week, good or bad, about a game, especially good, you spend 2 days answering questions about how great the game was and how you were up and you're getting celebrated by everybody at school. It's harder to focus forward after such a big game. I'd love to see them beat Clemson, but I'm going to go Michigan, Ohio State. Eddie?
I mean, I'm going to have to go with Texas OU. I know it's not this weekend, but I love that rivalry. I mean, I when I worked for the news, they would send me out to that game every single year, and I loved covering it, except the yelling of the fans. I mean, I'm talking 5-6 straight hours of Texas, fight, a boomer, Sooner. I mean, dude, all
Why is the same person yelling for both
day.
teams?
I mean, they sounded the same after 5 hours.
And I didn't know, did you mean this weekend or in
no,
general?
just in general. But it is rivalry week. But yeah, I mean, Texas Oklahoma is fine.
I mean, to me, that's a huge
I think it's
rivalry.
my favorite that's not, because it's also close.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived in Texas, and I have family OU, so I think that one matters.
Did they
as
say
well.
Boomer, Sooner?
Oh, they'll walk. Kayla and I will go to a movie or something, which I haven't. I mean, I say that a year. Somebody's like Boomer, Sooner. Just walk by each other.
That's ridiculous.
That's the last movie we went to. I think maybe that's why I don't go to the movies anymore.
Uh-huh.
People walking by yelling Boomer.
My favorite is to just walk by fans and like they're wearing an Alabama shirt. I'm not an Alabama fan, but if I see an Alabama shirt, I'll be like, "Roll Tide!" Hey, Roll Tide! Don't care, don't give a crap. But that was fun.
What are the other ones in general?
Like Auburn, Bama, of course.
Oh, that's a
Iron
good
Bowl.
one. Except
Auburn, Bama.
Auburn's just sucked forever.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun to see if Lane Kiffin goes. Who knows? By the time this airs, Lane Kiffin may already be the coach over there.
That is true.
Dude, the Egg Bowl. How's nobody talking about the Egg Bowl? The Egg Bowl is
because both those teams usually suck, though.
but that's what makes it so great, because Mississippi State could lose every single game of the year. If they beat Ole Miss, hey, they're feeling good about their coach. Ole Miss could win every single game of the year, but they lose to Mississippi State. Like, I don't know if we got our guy. There's so much hatred. They're usually not great teams, but they play at the end of the year, and there's so much fury over not great teams. It is amazing.
Why is it called the Egg Bowl?
The giant golden trophy just looks like an egg.
I don't know why it's the egg. I don't know why it's an egg, though.
Yeah, I don't either.
Maybe they
Maybe
both
the
suck eggs usually.
Yeah, could be it.
But any of those in-state rivalries get pretty bitter. The Oregon State, when they fight for like a tree trunk or something.
Yeah, it used to be the Civil War, but I think they got away
cut
from
that
that.
now.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Good job, guys. Move on.
I'm just saying what
No,
it
that's
used to be.
that's what he said. It used to also be the Red River Shootout, and they can't do that anymore either. It's the rivalry.
Take that out.
What were you gonna say, Kevin?
No, I was gonna say a low key one too. Also, is Washington State. They call it I believe the Apple Cup. Yeah, Apple Cup, and they don't like each other either. I mean, maybe I only know that because it's a West Coast stuff, but they really hate each other up there.
Yeah, I think wherever we're from, we know where the hatred is. We're like, oh, I don't know about it. This one's real. Hey, Adam's from Mississippi. Eddie's from Texas.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you?
Best rivalry?
Yeah.
I miss Texas OU.
Yeah. Mike said drug cartels and
Hey, that's a real rivalry.
or it's Waxahachie and Ennis high schools.
yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right, next one, Kevin.
Going to the NFL here, do you think the addition of OBJ can really help a team, or is it just being overhyped?
You know, I've been watching the dynasty, the drama that is OBJ, and these teams are really wanting him and going after him hard, coming off of surgery. He's also not 23 or 24. He is not going to come in and be the number one. So, but he also surprised me in LA. I did not think he was going to go to LA and be as effective as he was, but he wasn't coming off an injury then, no, either. He was coming off a fight with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference there coming off a season, 3/4 of the season ending injury. So I think he will be probably effective as a 2 or 3, enough that a defense has to pay a little bit of attention to him that may open it up for the other receivers. But I don't think he's going to be a game changer. But I was wrong about him going to LA and being a big difference maker too. Eddie, blow the whistle. Go ahead.
I mean, there are talks that he can come to the Cowboys.
Right, which means he's going to be a game changer.
Which, with the way we're sitting with receivers, I will take him in a heartbeat. And did he injure his hand? Because all we need is one of those one-hand catches, and let's go Cowboys, baby.
But when a leg doesn't work to get you out there,
you know what? It's that one-handed catches I want. I don't care about the leg. Stand right there. Don't move. Catch it with one hand. We'll take him.
It's an interesting play call. He didn't even leave the line of
Everyone
scrimmage.
just kind of
Call
hovers
Kellen
by
Moore,
him.
Eddie. Tell him.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm curious to see what happens, but I can't see him being a massive factor not knowing the system or starting to learn it even in a couple weeks and also coming off of an injury. So it'll be fun to see. I'm not a big OBJ guy, but it'll be fun to see.
Well, plus, I think a lot of people talk about him being, he's a bad attitude. He's too cocky. It's not good for a team. I don't buy that. I mean, every time they interview players about him, no one ever says like, oh, yeah, we don't like playing with him.
Well, they of course don't say that. Nobody says that about anybody.
They don't?
No.
Kyrie. People love slamming Kyrie.
NFL,
like, cancer.
Talk about NFL. And then what basketball player said that about Kyrie that's playing currently?
I didn't expect that question.
Well, it's tough to be you don't see a lot of current players bashing other current players. When you do, it's massive news.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay.
They always will send it through a Rappaport or a Schefter. Like sources are saying, other people inside the team facility.
No one wants to just show up and say it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a good or bad dude, but he does seem, especially early in his career in New York, like he wanted all the attention all the time.
Yeah, he did.
But you almost need that in a receiver. You want your number one to be a guy that believes in himself so much, and there's a very fine line they have to walk, and sometimes they do it wrong. Same with my job. You want someone who has all the confidence in the world to think that whatever I say I think is going to be compelling enough that people are going to want to tune in, or if I'm doing a show, they're going to pay tickets. But then you don't want it to be over. It's got to be right there in that perfect spot, and it's never quite in the perfect spot. So either you're over or under always. That's probably the deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Sitch. I don't think he's going to be a massive game changer, but I do think he can change the game a little bit. Next question.
Who do you think has regretted the divorce more this season, Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams?
That is a great question. And I want to go to Eddie first on this one because I have my answer. But who hates that they left or that the other one left more, Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams?
I think Aaron Rodgers is feeling that pain, man, of just missing Devontae Adams. And he's had games where he has no one to throw the ball to. And I think when that happens, he's thinking, like, I definitely got the raw end of this deal.
So you're on
I'm
Rodgers has it worse.
Rodgers has the worst part of the divorce, yes.
Adam?
I agree with that because their run game has been so good. They've been putting up numbers on the ground this year, and that's been kind of the thing that they've missed in spots. And so if he had just one weapon that he could like consistently go to, I think that's a difference in losing record and winning record for Rodgers.
Or have they just had a run game because they have no passing game and they can only run? Like they just do it more.
That could
They
be
just
it,
do
too.
it more.
Could be.
What do you think, Kevin?
The easy one is Rodgers, but I also think Adams, I think he's regretting it now because I think he thought, I'd go with Derek Carr, it'd be easy, would be winning. But then he realized that he leaves LaFleur as well, leaves Aaron Rodgers, leaves a stable organization for Vegas, who hasn't been very stable the last decade plus. And he's kind of sitting there like, maybe I had it a little better than I thought.
What I hate for Adams is he's probably was like, I'm young. I can go do this. No problem. And these years are going to catch up on him pretty quick. And once you hit 30, 31, 32 as a receiver, it's not quite like a back is. Where you hit 30, it's pretty much over. But I think it's Aaron Rodgers, though, because at least Devontae gets to do it with his buddy, Carr. They've been friends forever.
They go to college together?
Yeah, they went to school together. So at least they get to lose with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and that's what happens in a divorce, right? You like move in with your friends.
You do. And so
there he is.
I think of right now, I think Rodgers has it worse because he don't have any friends. At least Devontae Adams has a friend to go through it with.
He has friends. They're
Yeah.
just
I
not-
see him sometimes like hanging out at basketball games. Him, Renfro.
That's right.
All those guys hanging out.
Does Aaron have friends outside of football at all, you think?
Man, I don't know.
A couple
man.
actors here and there, I think.
Those guys have not popped up. Like
I
they
watch
don't-
Jordan Rodgers. I like him on ESPN. Like
Yeah.
he does the
His
college
brother?
games. Yeah, he's good at that. I don't really associate him with Aaron anymore, or even The Bachelor, because I feel like Jordan Rodgers is good. Like he's now into his own. He's a Vanderbilt quarterback who was pretty good, and he's now his own thing. But I caught myself the other day going, I wonder if they talk at all. Like him and Aaron talk at all.
last we kind of knew, right? Like I feel like I read an article about 4 or 5 years ago that said that they don't talk. So unless something's changed from that,
Yeah, I don't feel like they talk.
no, it definitely doesn't seem that way. And then you see Rodgers just kind of how he lives his life with like, hey man, I go out in the desert and like, yeah, I don't think anyone's talking to this dude.
I still am not counting out the Packers yet.
Right.
What do you mean, right?
You can't
Guys,
I know.
it's only Aaron Rodgers that's making you hold on to
That's
this.
okay, though. You're right. But it's also one of the top 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Sure.
Yes.
But when they have no one on their team and that
Can you pull up
O-line,
their schedule, Kevin?
and that O-line is fragile, like it just
I'm not saying that they're going to make the playoffs. What I said was I can't quite give up on them fully. I don't need you to convince me they're bad. I know they're bad. I've watched them.
well, I'm just saying I gave up
What
on
does
them.
give up on them mean?
That they have no chance.
No chance to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't get any easier. They got the Eagles Sunday night.
Boom.
Bears.
I think they beat the Eagles.
Hey, Bones. Let go,
Think
man.
they beat the Eagles?
Go, man.
Go ahead.
So the Eagles Sunday night, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, Lions.
Let go, dude.
What's the record right now?
4-7.
Yes.
So they're going to need to win 9 games, probably.
Oh!
8 or 9 games. Can you find 5 more wins in that, Kevin? Go do it again. Start from the beginning.
Okay, so Eagles,
Win. Herbert. Go ahead.
Okay, that's
Bears.
guys.
Win.
Rams,
Win.
Oh, that could be a win.
Dolphins in Miami,
Win.
Okay, Bones.
the Vikings in Green Bay,
Hey, we just saw them play the Cowboys. Win.
Yeah.
the Lions.
Win.
All right,
That's
they're-
6 more games.
they're
They've won
winning.
10 games.
You're right. It's definitely possible.
So you're telling me you don't think they can win 5 of those 6 games?
No, I've given up on them. No. And that's great.
I'm also not a huge Packers fan, so I don't take it as that. I just have faith that with one of the greatest quarterbacks, they can do it.
Look like one
Yeah,
today.
you're
We're in
wearing
that
green.
green.
That's like the exact Packers shade of green, too.
Did you eat cheese
Yellow
when you came in?
stitching on that shirt? Look at that.
Who are you, man?
I'm here for it. Go ahead. Next question if you have
Last one. Which 7-3 AFC team do you think is the most legit contender? The Titans, Dolphins, or Ravens?
one. Boy, that's a good question because they all have their own strengths. Let's just start with the Dolphins, who have not lost a game when Tua is healthy. And I am a believer in the Dolphins in them winning. Their ceiling is maybe 2 playoff games. If they don't get the bye. If they get the bye, 1 playoff game. I think that's their ceiling. Okay, let's move over to the Titans. They can win 2 games. I think their ceiling is getting back to the conference championship
Yeah, they've been there.
and surprising folks getting there, but I feel like they have a surprise game in them. Their defense is so good. If Tannehill throws like he threw last week with Henry running like that, he doesn't have to throw for 300 yards. He just has got to throw for 210 and a solid, like, executing with 3rd downs, the occasional 2nd down, 210 yards and a touchdown. If he can get that from Tannehill without throwing 2 picks a game, boy, the Titans are real tough. And the other option was
Ravens.
they can just score. Of the 3, the Ravens, I feel like, have the best chance to have a big game and beat a really good team. Because, again, it goes back to quarterback play. And they've really dropped some deuces on some games. They played terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, with Lamar Jackson, can be so dynamic, especially if Gus is healthy. So I'm going to go, oh, man, if I were going to bet on one of them, I'd probably take the Titans. Yeah.
That's solid.
That's why I don't like it, because it's very solid. You know what you're going to get, and they're going to give it to you, and you're going to get it, and they're not going to surprise you, really, but they're also going to just perform.
Yeah.
What about Miami that you don't like? I
New,
mean,
new coach, new quarterback,
New.
everything,
Young.
untested.
Yep.
And for no reason, because they have weapons galore. It's like Toys R Us at age 8. You go in, your offensive coordinator, you're like, Jesus, I don't even know what to do here. I got so many.
But not a lot of experience.
Yeah,
To
so-
get together.
Because of that, I'm going to go Titans.
Ravens.
Titans, Ravens, Dolphins, but all 3 are actually really good teams.
I have this like image of the Ravens just blowing it. You know what I mean? It just you watch on some Sundays and it's just like, wow, like Lamar can't do anything. They're just blowing this game. And I just have images of them doing it again. Because at the beginning of the season, we thought, man, these Ravens, they got it. Like, this is a really good team. That AFC is stacked. The Ravens look good. But now it's just like, oh, I don't know if I believe in this team or
I
not.
mean, they are 7-3 though.
I
I
know.
think you've seen
You
a
know?
couple bad games, and you've let that dominate how you feel about the Ravens, or you've heard about their defense. But their defense is, I feel like their defense is getting a little better.
Yeah.
So you're all 3 of those teams. I'd be happy if any of those were my team. All right, is this the last question?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, hit it.
The stupidest name ever is the tittle tattle with Kickoff Kevin.
Any update in the coaches search? Because I do feel like it may get a little easier after Thanksgiving, after the games.
Yeah.
Because you will have until the end of the year, right? Isn't that the rule?
Is that the rule?
Or is it the
Count.
national championship? What do you guys want? End of the year?
I thought we said football season,
Okay, so we're going to go all the way to the national championship?
right?
Okay.
Okay. It's not that far off
all the
end
way
of year.
all the way to the college
It's like
football.
a 10-day difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like the Super Bowl in February.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not trying to wrangle people till the Super Bowl.
No.
Okay.
Right? Mike, what do you Mike?
Yeah, into that.
Okay, so the day of the college football championship is the last day you can get somebody.
That's it.
Crap.
Okay, any coach, any update though? Eddie.
I've sent out DMs, dude. I'm aiming high. I sent one to Ryan Day, to Lane Kiffin.
But why not aim low? I think that was the point of opening up every
Let
conference.
him do his thing.
No. I want it's what's good for the podcast.
I hear you, but you can get any.
I don't want the
You
Sam
don't want the
Houston
money?
State guy. No, but it's not
It's a
about
Power
money.
5. Sam Houston State's on the Power 5.
Okay, I don't want to
Power
talk.
5 of the SES.
I want to
SES.
talk to a good coach that we
I
all
agree.
know, and I want that name to pop out so people can be like, "Ooh, I'm going to listen to 25 whistles." That's my goal.
I appreciate you being selfless and not going, I want to win that $500.
That's just who I am, and on this Thanksgiving, I'm feeling even more
Yeah,
of that
because
right
today
now.
is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And this is a live show.
Yes.
Hey, can you pass that turkey?
Mike,
Maybe I had the wrong approach then. I'm also going big like Eddie.
love it. Let's go.
We
But-
care about the podcast.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything from anybody yet.
Kevin,
Nothing yet. No.
Adam.
Same. I did hear back from TCU. They said that they would keep us in mind in between the gap of into the regular season and hopefully for them playoffs.
Yeah.
But
See?
I've hit up Tennessee, Ohio State, Michigan.
Tennessee ain't
I've
talking to
gone-
nobody
no,
right
no,
now?
No, I talked to them last week. I said I think that's why they lost. If
You
they
just
had-
sent him a message. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. We're all good. Okay. Well, I do think the real run will be after
Yeah.
this last season game in between the bowl games. That'll be the run, babies. All right. Adam Stats. Let's go.
Adam Stats. Adam has all your stats for you. Adam Stats.
So we tossed around the question: has Georgia supplanted Alabama as a top dog in college football? Here's a stat that lets Tennessee fans know just how far they still have to go
I like this
to
stat.
get to that level. Let's
Not
go.
about Georgia and Alabama. We turned it about Tennessee. Go ahead, Adam.
Tennessee has 2 losses against the SEC in the past 3 weeks. That is as many as Georgia has had in the past 6 seasons versus the SEC East.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Versus
that's
SC East.
versus the SEC East.
Got it.
Tennessee gave up the most points by a top 5 team in the AP poll era this past week. South Carolina, Georgia is 28-1 in their last 29 games, which is just ridiculous
If I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm very excited about the direction of the program.
for sure.
And you should have people like me that root for teams at the state next door going like, can't stand you. I often say this, to have somebody go, oh, they didn't win. That's the ultimate compliment because that means you're winning and you're in people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
And so what Heupel's doing there, it's going to hurt me to say this. Sorry, I vomited a little bit.
Wow.
It's going,
Was that turkey?
it's going good for Tennessee. Unfortunate way to end the season. But you know what? If someone told you before the year you're going to have 2 losses on the year, you better believe you would be so happy about that. But Tennessee's
boy.
going in the right direction.
That was cranberry.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, Adam, your NFL stat.
So the Vikings, they're sitting pretty to win the NFC North. Killer 8-2 record. They've made some clutch plays to win these games. First team in NFL history to be 8-2 with a negative point differential.
But to be fair, that's because the Cowboys whooped the crap out of them by like
Whooped
80
them.
points.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But as an 8-1 team, they were the second worst point differential. The only team that was worse than them was the 76 Raiders, who went on to win the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
I remember when the Steelers were undefeated and they sucked. You guys remember that a few years ago?
A
Yeah.
couple years ago, yeah.
Reminds
Yeah.
me a bit, not quite that, but the Steelers hadn't lost a game, and it was like, we're watching them. They're not good. They've
Big
been
Ben,
able to.
man.
It's almost like Tim Tebow. He's winning, but he sucks.
Right?
I love Tebow too. I thought it was great. I rooted for Tebow like crazy, but everybody would be like, how are they winning? He's not very good. And I'd be like, that's Tim Tebow.
So we all feel that way. We all like know that inherently, like watching this team, but they keep winning games. So if you give one thing, just bippity boppity boop, magic, you're gonna give the Vikings for the home stretch to give them the best chance to win the Super Bowl. One thing. What's your one thing to give the Vikings?
Well, I'm going to eliminate the Packers because they're going to be the ones to win that division as they win all the rest of the games. I think the Vikings are, except for Jefferson on offense, they're a bunch of above and average guys that have played a little over their head so far. The defense has played pretty good.
Dalvin?
Yeah. I mean, Dalvin Cook's good, obviously. But running backs are almost unless they're so elite, replaceable.
Well, it's just like a Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, and Cook's
Yeah.
up there. He's that. But man, I don't know. I really don't care about the Vikings. They're boring for me.
That's a great answer.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, you don't get any more boring than a guy who's pretty good most of the time. So I don't know. I wish they'd just go away. Lose the games. They might actually be terrible. Once the Cowboys really showed how to whoop them, if they lose another couple, you may see the wheels come off that thing.
Yeah.
As the Packers take over the conference. All right, that's Adam's stats. Thank you, Adam.
Adam Stats. That's it, Adam Stats. He's got those stats for you.
Do I need to do a commercial, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't think I've done one yet. And we're going to get to, in a second, the eliminator pool. I got to be in. I'm in. Wait till I tell you about this crap. Reminder, the 25 Whistles brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings app and use the code BobbySports to get in on the action. Are you ready for your parlay that's going to make those smiles? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're doing all money lines. 3 money lines, because even though we're doing this live on Thanksgiving, the lines might change a little bit. So I'm doing money lines to be safe, but they're all close games. Take your smiles and put them in to Kentucky money line versus Louisville, Oregon money line, Oregon State, OU money line at Texas Tech. Those are your 3 games. Go ahead and start counting your extra smiles and buy Christmas presents with them. If you bet $50 on that, right now it's $220
Ooh.
for those games.
Smiles.
Smiles.
Right.
I can say if you bet $50.
You can say that.
Okay. Listeners, if you don't have a DraftKings Sportsbook app, you can download it. Get on the action with 25 Whistles Parlay right there on DraftKings Sportsbook. If you want to take the 25 Whistles Parlay, get DraftKings Sportsbook. Use the code BobbySports when you download the app. If you're a new user, 21 and up, most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. All right, those are your games. Again, the parlay will be Kentucky money line versus Louisville, Oregon money line, Oregon State, and OU money line at Texas Tech. That's 3. Those are 3 wins right there. Count them. You can put it on the board. You know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's the old White Sox call.
Oh. Put it on the board.
Yeah, maybe Hawk. Maybe the Hawk.
Okay.
You can put it on the board. You don't remember that?
No.
All right, so I'm in an eliminator pool. I can't say too much about this specific pool, but each pick was $100. I have 1 pick left in the eliminator pool, but you play 2 games. You have to pick 2 games, and if any of the games loses, you're out.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So I'm looking at the schedule here.
Bless you.
There's like close to $1 million in this pot.
Because there are so many people in it.
Yeah, and there's like
Holy moly.
There's like 79 people left.
That's crazy.
79 left. There's close to $1 million in this pool. So I have the schedule. Now, if I've picked a team before, I can't pick it again. But here's what I'm thinking about. I'll just read a game. You tell me if you think it's worth picking a team. Bucks and Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals and Titans. Texans and Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yep. Dolphins.
Yeah.
So far, I'm on the Dolphins too. That
Yeah.
one feels pretty good. Bears and Jets.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel. Yeah, I feel like the Bears are
man.
just are creeping on folks. They're gonna surprise. Falcons and Commanders.
No.
Couldn't do that. Broncos and Panthers.
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
Who?
I'll go Broncos.
Okay.
Where are they playing?
In Carolina.
Okay. That changes things.
They're only a 2.5 point favorite.
Let's go back to Miami.
Well, okay, so I'm sitting on Miami too as my
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens and Jaguars.
I mean, that's tempting.
Chargers and Cardinals.
That's really tempting.
I guess if Kyler wasn't playing again, possibly.
Yeah.
Ooh,
But I don't know yet.
Even if
But
Kyler's
still.
playing, I would go Chargers on that.
Okay, let's do the others. Raiders at Seahawks.
That's tough.
Rams at Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't picked the Chiefs yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
In week 1, I picked Tampa and the Giants. In this last week, I need to look, but I picked Cincinnati and somebody else. I don't remember, but Saints and 49ers.
That's
I thought that's a pretty good one too.
yeah, yeah.
And Eagles and Packers, which
Packers, right?
dude,
Oh
what
yeah,
if-
you believe.
I picked Buffalo and Cincinnati this last week, so they're off the board.
Okay.
So I think we'll go with the Dolphins versus the Texans in Miami, and the Chiefs and the Rams.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
And Bones, we've talked about this before, but it's tricky. This point, what are we? Week 11,
12,
12? I mean, it's
right?
it's tricky. You're like here you're just playing to survive because the first, like 10 weeks, yes, you're playing to survive, but you're also trying to do a little bit of strategy here and there. Like, I got to save my good teams. And that's where you start thinking like, ooh, the Chiefs, like they're a good one you might want to save for the end.
But I want to survive.
You got to survive, dude. So I'm with you, Chiefs and Dolphins.
All right, I'm going to go Kansas City, and I'm going to go Miami. My picks are in. Boom, saved.
Real quick. You don't think the Chargers and the Cardinals?
No.
No?
No.
But over that, I think, I mean, that's pretty good. I do the 49ers over the Saints before I would do the Chargers and the Cardinals.
Oh, man, those Saints could beat you, dude.
You
But you trust the
so?
Chargers, though?
I mean,
I do now because the receivers are back.
Yeah, Keenan Allen.
But
And
Mike
Keenan Allen
Williams-
looked pretty good last week in
true.
spots.
Yeah. Williams did get hurt
I'm
again.
saving him. Screw you guys.
I
You're
like
saving
what
the
you're
Chargers?
Kansas City, Miami.
doing. I like it.
I like it.
Man,
Hey,
I like it.
no screw us. We agreed on that.
Screw everybody.
Whoa.
Well, the game I'm most excited about, period. One game, Eddie.
Oh, my gosh. One game, I'm going to go with Michigan, Ohio State.
It's a
I mean, that's
solid
just
one.
a great rivalry. Let's have fun with it.
That was like me picking the Titans of those three. It's solid.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. Go ahead, Kevin.
I'm going to go Notre Dame USC. We haven't talked about it yet. It's a good rivalry, too. USC has these playoff hopes, and Notre Dame would love to go into their stadium and crush them.
Adam.
Y'all have taken a couple of mine, so I'm going to go with this one. South Carolina, Clemson. Low key, I'm telling you, South Carolina, they're confident. I know there's thoughts of letdown. Clemson really needs this game, and also if Clemson wins this game, they've got a little more strength of schedule firepower for the playoff conversation. It could get.
I
really
refuse to put
interesting.
them in a playoff conversation. I was getting in a
Agree.
fight with a listener, and they were like, "You're going to tell me Clemson?" I said, "I refuse to talk about Clemson."
Yeah, I'm not saying I want to put them in there, but I'm saying that's going to be their argument if they beat a solid South Carolina. They're going to be pumping South Carolina up big time.
Kevin, will you pull up the playoff, the latest revelation about the rankings for the playoffs? I'll get to that in a second because I do want to walk through the scenario with Clemson. And then I'm going to go Vandy and Florida, or Vandy and Tennessee, excuse me.
Oh, okay.
Because I have Florida and, I'm going Vandy and Tennessee because I think that would be an amazing win after the Vandy-Florida game.
Woo!
And after the Vandy-Kentucky game. And Tennessee, a ranked team, even though they don't have their quarterback, it'd be awesome to see Vanderbilt win. The problem is then Vanderbilt starts to get pretty good, and there's another SEC team that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then that's when we'll have to play them. We
Yeah.
don't get to play them when they
That's
suck.
That's exactly right.
But I'm rooting for Clark Lee and go Vanderbilt, and Tennessee. Titans and Bengals will be interesting too. In the NFL, as far
totally.
as NFL games go, that'll be good to see which one of those teams that's going to make the playoffs right now is more ready for that run.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, end us here. Play our little final deal. Oh, I got to do one more commercial, don't I? Sorry, I get so wrapped up I don't get to the commercials. And then we'll do that, Kevin.
Okay.
NFL Sundays are only getting better and better, and so are the incredible offers at DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win and get $200 in free bets if they do. Check it out. Right now, everyone can earn up to 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, and point totals. DraftKings Sportsbook, you know it. I love it. It's my go-to. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code BobbySports. Place a $5 pregame moneyline bet to get $200 in free bets if your team wins. DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 and up, most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Tennessee, call or text Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Let's do this. Kevin, where is Clemson right now?
7.
So 1, Georgia. 2, Big Ten.
Yeah.
3, TCU.
TCU is 4.
Yeah, but I'm saying 2
Okay,
is going
got
to be the
you.
Big Ten. Let's
2
say
and 3.
TCU
Okay.
3. How does Clemson get in?
USC loses.
TCU loses?
And TCU loses.
But that's 7-5.
LSU loses.
LSU also.
So if those 3 lose, then Clemson's back-ended if they beat Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And they win their championship game.
Yes.
There's a lot, boys. How does Arkansas get in this thing now? how do somehow we get back in this?
That's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Final thoughts. Eddie.
Man, I came I don't know, about a month ago talking about how excited I was about World Cup and soccer and the original football. Dude, I hate it. I hate it. I mean, these ties are messing me up.
Terrible. Did Mexico tie?
Yes.
I bet them to win.
And
Oh,
here,
this is on Thursday, so I'm reacting to 2 days
right?
ago.
Yeah, dude, you didn't see the news? You're crazy. But what I'm saying is, we usually when we're looking for smiles, who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? And this damn tie
Nobody
That's so
comes in the
stupid.
middle of it, and I can't stand it. And I'm like, you guys are the elite.
Did they
you're
really
the
tie?
You're the best soccer players on this planet, and you can't score a goal, one more than the other team. I hate it, dude.
Are they losing?
Bones, it's tied.
But what's the score? Well, how much time's left?
Not much.
Okay, because I'm
they're
saying it still
in-
gives me a cash out option here.
Yeah, they're in.
Oh,
the,
it does?
Uh-huh.
Cash it out.
For $15.
They're in the additional time right now.
Cash it out.
They are.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to keep it.
No.
I'm going to roll with it. Kevin?
I would like to give a good luck to a high school in California that I used to coach at. We've talked about it a little bit. Your Belinda, they are 13-0, playing for the CIF Southern Section Division III Championship Friday night at Upland against Upland, and good luck to the Mustangs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Excited
Good
for
luck,
them.
Mustangs.
What'd you coach?
I coached D-line for varsity. Did a lot.
You didn't say for varsity. We're all good.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good
Yeah,
about it.
okay. I was just
You
making
say
sure.
D-line.
Making
You
sure.
say D-line, buddy.
It was the
Okay.
freshman team.
Yeah.
Junior high. Junior
Adam?
high. Y'all, Lane Kiffin, that man's a national treasure.
My hero.
Okay, I love the way this dude plays people off each other, and I don't. Who knows if he's going to be the next head coach at Auburn? Who
May already
cares?
be.
Who cares? He may already be.
Alternative timeline. We can't believe Lane Coach is now the coach at Auburn. Other one. Wow, Lane really turned him down. I'm glad he's staying at Ole Miss. Okay, go ahead.
Who cares how this thing plays out? All I know is Lane Kiffin on Twitter is one of my favorite things ever. The way he plays people off each other. And Jimmy Sexton, his agent, has made millions and millions of dollars making SEC teams look really stupid. And somebody's going to come out of the other side of this. Is Lane going to go anywhere situation, looking and feeling really stupid? And I just love watching it play out.
Mine's finally that EA Sports is announcing they're not putting out NCAA football in 2023. It's Madden, but it's college. But it used to be even better than Madden back in the day. I loved it. You get in dynasty mode. But they're going to wait till 2024. It's terribly sad news if you play PS5 like myself.
Yeah, but don't you kind of get upset all the time that there's like a 2022, 23, 24, and every year you're like, I got to buy another game, got to buy a new game. So I kind of like that break.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I actually feel the opposite. I'm like, yes, it's time for the new one.
You do, but you don't build players.
Yes, but I build teams and I have to start over.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that.
I build a player and I get him to elite level, and then it's like, well, now I got to start all over again and spend $100 on it.
That's the part that gets you.
That's how they get
You guys have a happy holiday. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.